5. We're going to talk about some motivation, we're going to talk about some meditation, we're going to talk about some inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. We've got to ask ourselves those type of questions. Are we using our focus, our knowledge, and our discipline? Are we utilizing our mentality to the place where we're looking to seek, where we're looking to go, and the types of challenges that we're going through today? And a lot of us face off against different challenges. We face off against times when we're seeking out to do better, when we're seeking out to improve in our mentalities and improve in our abilities. And, each challenge that you face off against, each thing that you're going through, it truly brings you closer to yourself. It truly brings you closer to seeing if you can do it, if you have it inside of you. And a lot of us find that during those times, that's when the biggest test is going on. That's when the exam starts to happen, the challenges start to come. And when we are facing off against those kind of challenges, when we're going through times when we don't know if it's possible, and we start to focus and we start to truly put ourselves on that page where we're not going to let that stop us, and that's where we start to use our skills, and that's where our talents start to come out. And a lot of you out there may be feeling today like the challenges that you're facing off against, you're not sure if you can overcome. And it's amazing that when we start to put our minds into a place of ability, when we truly start to see that it's worth it, and we're starting to manifest that the challenges that we're facing off against, we start to overcome, and so, like every day, I ask this question: is what I'm going to do today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. And I look every day at ways to do things better and to get into the ability to utilize the mentality and to utilize the place of focus inside of who we are. And it's truly amazing that challenges come our way. It's truly amazing that things that we seek to overcome can be in front of us. And it's on a daily that we start asking those kind of questions. We ask ourselves, how can it become possible? And I ask you the same question as well, my friends: is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? And because if it's not one of the three, then I don't want it. And I truly get down to that point when we are starting to truly get down to, is this what we want to achieve? Is this what we want to become? And I recognize that last week I've been going to the lake quite a bit, and I realized that even with challenges that we can overcome, even with things that we're facing off against, and if we allow those things that are not meant for us to move out of the way on their own, then they will. And I'm sitting here and I'm focusing and I'm grinding away on a video, and and I'm getting ready to go take my car into the shop for more repairs, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, wow, but yet at the same exact time, I do realize that that's what it takes. It takes that form, it takes that shape, it takes those kind of challenges, that diamonds are formed by the challenges that they go through. They're formed by the things that they face off against, and how they make it through those challenges, how you give yourself permission to go beyond your challenges, and I look at these challenges as a part of growth, as a part of the ability within, a part of the mentality, a part of the process of getting there, and each of us has to go through that process. We have to go through hard times. We have to have things that, we want to work for us. We got to have those things challenge us, and are you doing that today is a question that I would like to ask you all. Are you becoming that today? Are you, focusing? What is it that you're writing down? What is it that you're speaking out? What is it that you're putting in a place of your mentality and in a place of your ability, and I see these challenges, I see these things that are happening, and I see these places where this vibration is, and I'm grateful for all the people that are a part of my life that have been there and are still there, and I'm grateful for the challenges that I'm facing off against, and it's just amazing how things work, how manifestation works, how when we're focusing and we are moving the things out of the way, the universe comes to test you. It comes to ask you if you can truly achieve it, if you can truly be within it, if you can continue to grind even when other people won't, and I look at this part of who we are, I look at this part of our being, I look at this part of our vibration, and I recognize that the challenges is what helps us to grow. The challenges is what helps us to get within ourselves, to truly start to focus, to just truly start to use our skills. And I just got access to creating events, and I just set up one for Saturday. It's the first event of many that I'll be doing. It's going to be the first event of many that I'll overcome, and it's amazing that we can have those kinds of ability, where we can start to believe in ourselves, and it's inside of who we are that we can focus, and positivity comes out of the person who seeks out positivity, right? So we see the challenges and we see these things that are happening around us and happening inside of us, and we ask those types of questions. How is that going to be possible? And I ask that question on a daily basis of myself. I ask, how can I make it through these kind of challenges? Can I go through the things that I need to go through to get to the place and to face off against that part of who I am on the inside? And each of us has challenge, but do we see the challenge as a move towards positivity? Do we see the challenge as a move towards the ability? And if we can focus to that point where we're no longer letting the challenges stop us, where what we're going through gives us the ability to believe that we can achieve it, and that our dreams can become possible. I find that when we're focusing on that level, when we're truly giving ourselves a place to go within who we are, where we seek out, a higher vibration, where, we give ourselves a place to be positive no matter the situation going on around us. I look at, yesterday I was in 37-degree weather, and when your weather is so drastic, do you sit down and continue, or do you allow the things around you to affect you? And I looked into myself and I said, I have it within me to overcome this. I have it within me to believe it's possible to sit down in, almost 0-degree weathers, and to put yourself in a place where you're utilizing the part of who you are. And so how do we do that? How do we and 32 is freezing, 0 degrees Celsius, and I'm like 7 degrees. You know what I'm saying? 37 degrees, or actually, 5 degrees away from freezing, and I'm sitting out there for a whole hour doing meditation. Okay, so when you're going through something, okay, when you're going through a challenge, do you focus? Do you seek it out? Do you seek out that kind of mentality to where you have the ability inside of who you are, and I seek out that place. I seek out that ability, and I ask you all, are you doing the same? Are you giving yourself that kind of a place where we have that ability inside of who we are, where we have that ability inside of our beings, where we have that ability inside of our vibration? And I want you to recognize that. I want you to start to get inwards. I want you to start to overcome your challenges with your mentality, with your ability inside of who you are. I sit down here in front of you guys today and I say, are we able to start doing that? You know what I mean? And can we start to achieve it? Can we start to truly overcome our challenges and get down to that place inside of who we are where we have that ability inside of ourselves, and it's amazing that challenge can come and it can be overcome, and I look at what it will take, for us to do so. You hearing what I'm saying? Do you have it inside of you? Do you have it inside of your vibration to believe in yourselves, to believe in your purpose, to believe in your path, and believe in your journey? And it's amazing that it comes your way, it comes to your place, it comes to your mentality, and each of us has those tests, in our professions we have those tests. Can you hang? Can you truly grind? Can you truly do what you're setting out to do, what you're wanting to achieve, what you're wanting to overcome? And can you put yourself on a page where you start to have that kind of ability within yourselves, within your being, within your very vibration? And I want you to start to see that it can become possible, that it can be a place within, it can be a place within yourself, within your very essence, and that when you are focused, you will have the ability for things that aren't meant for you to move out of the way, and it's amazing that they do, and I see that happening all the time. I see that what we focus into, we start to achieve. What we focus into, we start to overcome. And man, it's not easy, my friends. But if you put your mind to it, if you put your ability inside of who you are, you start to have a positive mind that I can do it, that I can achieve it, that I can overcome it. then others will too, you know. And when we start doing this a little bit each day, when we start putting ourselves in that kind of place where we're focusing in towards positivity, it's not going to be easy. You hearing what I'm saying? It's going to be worth it because it's difficult, because you value it, because the places and the things that aren't meant for you have the ability on their own to move out of the way. And when you start to focus to that point, when you start to use that part of your being, you start to use that part of your vibration, you start to manifest from within who you are. You start to manifest from your ability. Your mentality starts to open up. Your very being starts to see you as a gift in the universe. It starts to ask that question, am I focused enough where the vibration that is reflecting outwards is that of motivation? See, when it's not asking yourself the question, if I'm motivated, it's becoming a motivation. It's becoming that person that you are inside. It's becoming a part of that process, that being that you have, that purpose that you have going on inside of who you are. And it comes from within you. It comes from that place where you seek, where you go through those kind of challenges, you know what I mean? And it's amazing that those challenges come our way. It's amazing that those things that we face off against, we can overcome. And, I look at this place inside and I look at this ability and I say, if we're focused, then the challenges will come and we'll be prepared. We'll have the ability to make it through them. We'll have the ability to utilize them. We'll have the ability to manifest our ability, and we focus to that place. We focus to that time. We focus to that vibration inside of ourselves that gives us the ability to overcome these types of challenges, and I look at them and I say, hey, let's do it. Let's achieve it. Let's overcome it. And, I say to myself, hey, is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to your ability? Is it worth it to your focus, to your place within who you are, and it's amazing that challenges can be overcome. It's amazing that parts of who we are can vibrate outwards and actually utilize the challenges that we have. And, I truly do focus to that place, and I want you to be able to do so as well yourselves, I want you to hear this message and focus. I want you to hear this message and utilize your tools, like the ability to write things down, speak things out, manifest the things that you want, manifest the person that you are inside, manifest the vibration that you have. And each of us has a vibration. We have an ability inside of who we are. We have an ability within our purpose. And it's amazing that challenges come our way so that we can overcome the challenges. You see, a lot of the things that we go through are tests. They are not there to stop you. They're not there to tell you it's not possible. They're there to tell you it is possible, to tell you it is worth your time, it is worth your energy, it is worth your ability inside of who you are. And I'm doing that today with you guys. I'm telling you it's worth it. telling you that if you focus, if you put yourself in a place where you start using your gifts and your abilities, that you will overcome your challenges. I'm telling you that I'm working out that every single day, that it's not easy. Okay? I'm telling you that when we're focusing and we're truly putting ourselves on that page, that we can overcome it, and look at the podcast, the YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, and I look at the 4,000 plus members on motivation, meditation, inspiration. I look at all the people who leave comments, all the people who become connected, who want to connect with this network, that want to be a part of it, that want to manifest from within, that want to start heading towards a place inside where they're answering that question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation, is it meditation, is it inspiration, And so here we are today. Here we are in this place. We are in a place of focus. We are in a place of being. We are in a place of mentality. And we are in relation with the Most High within our connection, within our ability inside of who we are, and I look at what it's going to take to get to the places where I want to go, and what about yourself? Where is it that you want to go? What are some of the things that you want to achieve? What are some of the things that you want to overcome? What are some of the dreams that you want? You know what I mean? And so when we focus, when we put ourselves in a place where the things move out of the way, where we focus to the point where the ability within starts to happen, the ability within starts to become, the ability within starts to manifest. Are we focused at that place? Are we giving ourselves that kind of time? Are we giving ourselves that kind of space? Are we having that kind of patience with ourselves? You see, a lot of people forget that when you're going through a challenging time, the place of focus opens up. When you're going through a challenging time, the place within starts to become. You start to hang with you. You start to find yourself. You start to become creative. You start to use your gifts. You start to use your talents. And I've been working at this for almost 2 years. I've been on the motivation, meditation, inspiration.yoga, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, getting out there, sharing this message about motivation, about meditation, about inspiration, and it's on a daily grind. And I understand some of you go to positions that you're not able to see the positive today. If you continue to put yourself in a place where positivity starts to come out, you start to put yourself in a place where your ability within you starts to radiate outwards. It's amazing the things that will start happening. It's amazing the things that will start coming out of you, that will start to appear in front of you. It's amazing that you will start to see yourself and start to believe in yourself. And when you start to believe in yourself, your ability within you starts to open up. Through opening up your ability, then your dreams become possible. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how do we start to get our dreams to become possible? How do we focus to the place where positivity opens up that part of who you are? And positivity starts to manifest within yourself, manifest within your purpose, manifest within your journey. You see, it's not always just you that's going through something. It's not always you that has the challenge. It's not always you that has the things that you got to overcome. Okay? So let's go ahead and start talking about when you read things that are positive, when you start to program the mind, when you start to program the vibration, you can overcome amazing challenges. It's just amazing how when one puts their mind to it, when one puts their ability within who they are, when one puts their ability within their being, it's amazing that this part of who we are starts to open up, and it's amazing how many challenges we can overcome. I want you to see your reflection. I want you to start to think about the people that you are motivated by, the stories that bring you closer to yourself, and how do you allow those things, how did they overcome those kind of challenges? How did they make it through those kind of places? How did they give themselves the ability to believe in who they are? And are we doing that today? Asking ourselves that type of a question, is what I'm doing today, is it reflecting motivation? Am I focused to the point where other people are seeing me for who I am? Seeing me for the ability inside of who I am. Seeing me for the mentality, for the very essence of that vibration. And that's how you overcome the cold, is with your mind, with your ability to truly be inside of who you are. Because you're just fine. Sometimes you feel like you can't face off against things till you do, and when you overcome them, you recognize that it took your ability within who you are. And it's not easy. I'm telling you, when you're truly grinding on yourself, when you truly start going through things, when you truly start facing off against things, it's going to be a real challenge. It's going to really ask you if the universe is something that you can utilize. It's going to ask you if you can stay positive, if you can stay in a vibration of being, a vibration within yourself, within your very essence, within your very connection, and it takes that to overcome your challenge. It takes that to put yourself in a place where you start to believe in you, and can we start to do that? Can we start to believe in who we are? Can we start to believe in our ability and within our very focus itself is a foundation within you. It's a place where you go. What is it that you focus into? What is it that you do not allow to affect you? And that's what we're talking about today. And so let's go ahead and get started on that inwards journey. Start asking ourselves, can we use that focus? Can we heat it up to the point where what's going on inside I can overcome? Where what's going on inside you can overcome? If you can be within who you are, if you can be within your connection, if you can be within your mentality, if you can be within your focus, if you can be within yourselves. You see what I'm saying? And so, are we able to do that? Are we able to start to utilize that? And I recognize that a lot of us that are facing off against challenges today are asking that same kind of question. Okay? We're asking that same kind of question, and it's inside of who we are that we need to seek it. It's inside of who we are that we need to become it, you know. And when you're facing off against pains, I understand many of us have different types of internal emotions. You know, we have different connections. We have different people that want to become a part of our vibration, and you know, it's not always easy. It's not always that simple. It's sometimes a lot more complicated than that. And you know, I see the possibility for energy to be used in a wonderful way, in a way of utilization of liberation. You know, and if we can focus to the point where we can free our minds, you know, if we can focus to the point where we are studying ourselves, where we're starting to become the student inside of ourselves, where we're utilizing that part of our vibration, you know, and so here we are focusing, here we are getting inwards, here we are becoming students in our lives. And is your life worth it for you to study? You know, is your life worth it for you to sit down and to start to become positive, you know? A positive force in this universe lights up this universe. Positive force in this universe overcomes challenge. Positive force in this universe utilizes its being, utilizes its knowledge, you know, and it's connected to your whole being. It's connected to your ability to be a student inside of your classroom. Okay? And so I'm placing my first event on Saturday. You know, for all who are interested, it is a free event. Donations are welcome there. It's going to be at a 12 p.m. I'm going to start reaching out to people to start to want to get connected to it and to want to become a part of it. And you know, I got this YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter channels, you know, and soon we're gonna have these Facebook party groups, you know, and I'm gonna start taking notes, and I'm gonna start putting together program for those that want to study, that want to become connected, that want to increase in their mentality, that want to increase in their ability, and that's this Saturday at 12. Okay, I'll be working on that this Saturday at 12, and so if you guys have that time, mark that time down on your calendar. Hop on Facebook, Motivation, Meditation, Inspiration. Get connected with that event that we're going to have. It is free. Donations are welcome. There will be the tab in there where you can donate. You know, I've been doing this work pretty much without, just because I want to help out other people. And you know, I see my Twitch followers out there. Hard on it, okay. Life. You know, I see, you know, the other, you know, Twitch followers that I have here. You know, I have a community building of people that are actually connecting, and I'm seeing you guys, like, you know, showing up, and I really appreciate you guys for showing up on, you know, Facebook, you know, showing up on YouTube, you know, Twitch, you know, all these different platforms that are like, hey, come on, let's do this for the cause. Let's get into that place where, you know, we can get our mentality in a higher place, where we can utilize our meditation skills, right? So, you know, we can use those skills, and, you know, and those can apply to gaming, they can apply to positions at work, they can apply to all the different things that you guys enjoy, yeah? So let's get that connection going, you know, and let's get those invites out. Motivation, meditation, inspiration,
Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, etc. I will be broadcasting on the other platforms at Saturday the 12th, April 12th, 2021 at 12. We're going to have a mentality party. We're going to get our vibrations up. We're going to be getting into it. We're going to be getting into that ability inside of who we are. We got about 4,300 members on Facebook. We got a multiple platforms. Every day I see a little bit of change happening on YouTube. I see the volume increasing. Haven't gotten the subs up there yet, but they're in the process. Each platform that I'm working with is amazing. 13.8 hours on YouTube. People are getting out there and they're showing their support. They're getting out there and they're telling me, hey, this is worth it. We're hearing you. I see the WordPress people that are on my motivation, meditation, inspiration.yoga reaching out. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your connection. I really do appreciate this classroom that we're in every day. I appreciate the ability to share with you all from this place of mentality, and I think about the 3.5 years that I did telesales, the 2.5 years that I did car sales, and the 5 years that I've driven customers, and the since 27 to 35 that I've done meditation, and the people that I've helped with meditation, breath work, and getting down to giving yourself a little bit of time and giving yourself a little bit of space and a little bit of place for your vibrations, and I see you all out there, and I see you guys connecting in this network, and I literally do meditation, and I teach meditation, and I vibrate meditation, and it's inside of ourselves that when we start to find ourselves, when we truly start to find who we are on the inside, that is the reason why I do meditation on a daily basis, is to free the mind, to free the ability to overcome the emotion, to become one with your being, to become one with your vibration, to become one with your awareness, and I think that a lot of teachers want to take that from you. They want you to be following them, or and I don't want that. I want you to be following you. The best teacher that you're ever going to have is within you. The best teacher that you're going to ever have is you. And I believe that to be true. It's the same way when the yogis of old were going through challenges. They found the solution from being themselves. They found the solution from overcoming that part of who they are, of connecting with their beings, with their purpose, with their specific journey, and becoming that part of the light within, becoming that part of the purpose, becoming that part of the journey. And I see you all facing those kind of challenges, and I understand that you are, and I understand that you can overcome them as well too. But you got to be within who you are. You got to be within your being, and when you start to become present inside of who you are, when you start to become present inside of your path, when you start to become present within your journey, it's something different starts to happen. Something starts to wake up inside of you and starts to say, hey, is it possible? And so let's go ahead and start talking a little bit here about becoming disciplined. A lot of times we let our emotions control us. We let the places that we go control us. We let the the things and the speed of things control us, and when we want the control back, we got to use those skills that we have. We got to use those talents, and if you are going through a hard time right now, and you might be going through a place in your life where you're not sure if things are possible, and when you are going through that, when you are going through those kind of things, it takes one's vibration. Okay? So let's start vibrating with that kind of discipline, where our knowledge and our focus becomes centered inside of ourselves, where what we're wanting to overcome comes from within, and it's not just you or I that goes through these kind of challenges. It's not just on one day that you will overcome your challenges. It takes many days. It takes much patience. It takes much of a place inside of who we are. And it's amazing that we face those kinds of challenges. It's amazing that we find those kind of places that, ask us the questions. It's like when you are getting kicked to the ground, that's when you seek out those people who inspire you. You start to seek out the ability. You start to seek out the mentality within who you are. And once you start to do that, you start to put your whole self into it. You put your whole being, your whole path, your whole journey becomes worth it. And that is called discipline. What that is you. What that is when you become centered inside of yourself and you start to achieve the things that you write down. You start to use the knowledge, the student, the teacher inside of you. You start to become that kind of gift in this universe. You start to utilize those kind of skills. You start to utilize that kind of mentality, and it's when we have an able mentality. It's when we become able, and it's interesting that when they're looking for people for positions, they ask you, do you have an able body? You hearing what I'm saying? Are you able to do the position? Are you able to become that kind of person, to fulfill that kind of ability inside of who you are? And it's when we are achieving that ability, with things open up. It's when we're achieving that ability that we have the ability to help others. It's when we are achieving that ability that we have the ability for things like the law of riches to start to open up inside of your life. And so I just want you to start to see your mentality matters, your being matters, your purpose matters, your journey matters. And so even in 0-degree weather, if you are focused, you can make it through it. If you're determined to continue when others would say it's not possible, if you're truly believe in yourself and you start to believe in your ability, that you can master amazing things, and we can do it. And we can build a community together that asks that question: is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. And when you're doing that, when you're putting yourself in that place where you are uplifting other people and you start using your gifts, your talents, your God-given rights that you are born to be here on this planet to achieve, then we leave ripples behind, like the pond. When you throw a rock in the pond, sometimes it drops, but sometimes it skips too. And sometimes it lets a whirlpool out. You know, multiple ripples can come from you, from your connection with your focus, with your knowledge, with your ability inside of yourselves, with your understanding of your connection, with your understanding of your being. I've talked to many people that have surfed, and you know, they say that the greatest surfers feel the connection with the water like they become one. Are we doing that? Are we gaining that place where we are becoming one with our paths, with our focus, with our knowledge, with our connection, where we become that classroom, where we are both mass and energy at the same exact time? And so I want you to become inspired to be yourself. As I close, I just want to say blessings to you all, blessings, and namaste.